Welcome back, the old two-stroker YouTube channel. My name's Wayne. This is a Freightliner, and this is kind of a first for us. I've had so much fun doing these revive and drives, and you guys seem to like them. I've had my eye on this truck for a number of years. We finally made it out here to Nebraska to buy it, and I made another dumb decision. And today, in this video, we're gonna, well, we've already bought the truck. We're gonna get it running and make an attempt to drive it out of here back to my Consigliere Parker's warehouse establishment. So what this is a 1975 Freightliner cab over, what are they, FLTs? I don't know the designations on Freightliners. I just know when it's got a V12 in it, it's for me. And it indeed has a V12. It's factory 12V71, 15 speed, 411 on Rayco. Spring suspension, which you know I absolutely love. It's pretty clapped out, but it is an original V12 truck, and we're gonna try to save it today. So first things first, I guess we should see if we can get the cab in the air. It seems awfully convenient that that's just laying there, doesn't it? It does fit. We did scout the jack out ahead of time. It does try to do something. I don't know if it's gonna work, but oh, he could have gave me a longer pipe.
That's what she said.
Oh, look at it blowing oil out. No charge. Frig.
Fluid.
Yeah, I think so. Which is inconvenient because we got to get it up higher than that. Yeah, that is it. That's all she's got for oil. All right, so we got to get some oil in the cab jack.
There's some more water in it.
Yeah, no kidding.
Actually,
And yes, that cover was like that. I didn't do that. All right, we got to get oil in the cab jack. I guess pliers are the only tool we have. Like nothing in there. Do we have a small funnel?
that's a good question.
Oh boy, there is not a lot of that in there. We got any ATF kicking around?
No.
Frig, we're gonna.
We had all that's at the shop.
We are for sure gonna need more oil than this though. Crocs and socks, baby. It's beautiful summertime weather out here. First time they've seen me without a hoodie on in probably almost a year. Oh, she's just right. Probably gonna need more than that. Maybe that'll get us, all I gotta do is get it up on the latch and then we're good, you know? I'm not trying to send the thing 90. That's a bad day for everybody.
That's the weather's job later.
Pump me daddy. Well, I guess the more oil we put in this thing, the less water it can absorb. So that's a plus. I guess we'll just fill it. You're also not supposed to fill these with the cab in the air. No charge. I might have to put it back down. I don't know why it's not like cycling through, you know? It's like it's not picking it out of the... That's probably gonna blow oil out of there, would be my guess. I have to be real gentle-like about it. Oh yeah. Look at the creamsicle float coming out of the funnel. What we're gonna try to do is not blow the tank up. It's like springy, like you could, you know what I'm saying? You could feel it. Maybe what I can do is crack the return. and cycle some, you know what I'm saying? I think you know when it squirts water out of the front, I think that's when it's successfully bled. Try that. It's also not the right way to bleed it, I don't believe. But it's also not the wrong way to bleed it. Is that further than it was?
Yeah.
I feel like it's gotta be, right?
Yeah.
What we don't want to do is go past 90 or 45, you know? So this is your safety. There we go. Hell yeah. So if you just want to guide that in there. Didn't know I was getting, today was friggin' arm day.
I lift things up and put them down.
Great hand job.
Oh yeah. Most people pay extra for that. Guys, if you take your 12s apart, please don't leave them like this. This poor oil, dude, is gonna be absolutely putrid if we get this thing to run. I see you were pulling your emergency stopper here with this, and the emergency shutdown is tripped. It's always a good sign. He did say last time it ran away. So we're just hoping by the grace of God that it didn't come apart. Dude, what a mess. Is this seized? No, good. All right, we're gonna need to, so what he's got here, I don't know if you can see it down there, fellas. He disconnected this rack here. They apparently tried to fix this from running away. I'll bring you over to the other side and show you what we got going on. I already scouted this out. They, here, you take that. Oh.
The external rack.
Yeah, pretty much. This is a valve cover gasket. That was not on it. This was just laying under the cover when I looked at this not an hour ago. And can I hand this to you? Put that somewhere safe.
Helper bill.
Helper bill's on the detail. And we've got one. Oh, dude, they broke that one off. I didn't even see that. That's a first for me. Remember how I tell you guys not to hammer on that thing? There's a reason. So we got to change this injector no matter what. This one's free. This one's free. This one's kind of free. This is locked. That's obviously locked, and this one's locked. So the first three on this, no bueno.
I want my union brake.
You don't get a union brake, pal. Really don't like using a screwdriver, but I'm not afforded a lot of options here in the field. They are N65s at least. That's cool. And that one's trying to free up. The other two are dead hung, and we know we have to change this one because somebody got rammy. That's good enough for now. We're gonna have to get it to roll over, and we're not there yet. Hammer me, daddy. Can I have that big orange hammer out of the... Oh, no charge. This Freightliner woke up and chose violence this morning.
You want pipe?
Yeah, is it here?
It's here.
Oh, it fits too. Holy shit, I didn't think it was gonna fit. That's what she said. Not to me though. that's a problem. Nope. This is going to require a natter day, you know that, right?
Drinking on the job.
I told you, we're going to be lucky if we get through this project with one case. I'm trying to not hit myself in the face if I can. Oh boy, this wrench has had it. Oh, I think it went, dude. Hell yeah. Oh, I ain't mad at that. You think this thing's gonna be hot now?
There's enough wind.
Yeah. No charge on the water. Water's hot. This might be the end of this project right here.
Go into your watering.
I don't know.
Can't stop.
I'll tell you something better. It might just be moisture from it laying here in the... I'm gonna see how much we get out of it though. Oh, not bad. Not bad.
Is your shout held over here? There's a whole roll in the truck, I think, in my truck.
Oil tastes fine. It's just old, tastes old.
Vintage. People pay extra for that.
There's definitely water in it. There's still water in it. That's why before you run them, you got to do this so that it, oops. Right now it's separated, you know what I'm saying? Because it's been setting so long, but if you go friggin' just firing it up, whatever's separated is just gonna mix. There's definitely more water in it. You can see it coming out?
Yeah.
That's water that's coming out of there. It's running down my arm, no charge. Where's the paper towels?
He's going to get him.
So that's coming out of there? That's water that's coming out of there. Can't even see that because he's the laziest cameraman of all time. No charge.
I filmed it dripping down your arm for 2 minutes. I can...
Now we're to the oily bit, I think. Let's see what we get out of there now. Just put that plug back in a touch and see if it continues to drip water or not. Doesn't really seem like it. Oh yeah.
At least someone tightened him right.
Yeah. They weren't holding the motor together, that's a plus. I can't believe the dude had that pin just kicking around on his desk. For, you know, how long ago did they take this apart? 20 years, you know?
I'm assuming you'll need a cotter pin for that. Yes.
Is he getting lunch?
Okay. Put that phone back. They're going... No, I gotta bring it there. Where's...
Usually the clean spot to set the parts is like under the valve cover, but in this case that doesn't really doesn't help me that much. If you're gonna do stuff like this, you're gonna need beverages. So we're gonna have some beer. Well, I for sure know we're changing this injector. Huh. I just want to spray those off before I go opening the system, you know. I don't mind if this goes in the pan, you know, all this schmoo. But what I'd like to do is get the surface a little cleaner. Oops. I'm getting wild with my spray angles so that if it does start, we're not just hammering dirt into all the wear surfaces, you know?
Yep.
We're gonna need way more brake clean. What was I doing?
You gotta get a good hit.
Whatever you do, don't light the torch now. Just made a freaking time bomb. Oh, look at that, dude. There's fuel coming out of these. It's a very good sign. So the story with this is he hadn't had it running since like 2017 or something like that. And it ran away on him or started to run away or something like that. And they said they shut it down with the emergency shutdown, which is why that's tripped. So I'm hoping it was just this injector. The junk one. Yeah, that was, I'm glad I sprayed all that off. What we are gonna have to do is get some spritz on it, those like kind of lubricate everything, because I just took whatever oil was on everything off.
That piece of equipment.
Look at this thing. This is in a pinch, an injector removal tool. The other half of it's over there. It's just channel lock pliers. Hopefully we have better luck with this than we did that 6V71. Oh yeah.
See, it's kind of nice.
I ain't mad at it. Reliable. And therein lies the problem. I bet you this was one of the injectors. Remember he said he put a couple in it the first time he had a problem? This is not usually how I roll. But we can make do. Fucking reliable. Put that right back where it came from. Hopefully these are not all reliables. Son of a bitch. I mean, at least it ain't stock. I ain't happy about it. That's what we were looking for. Get this back in here now. We are not working with the tools I'm used to. It's too tight. This thing is junk. Don't leave your torque wrenches with tension on them, because they're garbage after that, or they need to be recalibrated. Ooh, wow. Boy, that radiator looked a lot better from the other side. Well, are you watching? I need some help, brother. You know what's weird is the shroud is like mint.
I know.
Like it looks almost like it's been replaced, you know? Man, that thing's a ripper, dude. I'll hold my hand on it so it doesn't get you. Oh yeah, look at that old fuel, dude. It's like brown.
This GM.
GM diesel equipment? Sick. Watch your head. Oh, okay.
Do not come.
Should I do it?
Do not come.
Oh, I'm gonna come.
Got her. Hell yeah, boys. It's trying, you see it?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Work it for me. Oh yeah. That's what you want right there. Click. Thing is just filthy from being essentially outside. I mean, you wouldn't think that leaving the valve cover like kind of half off would have such a profound impact on the cleanliness, but all right, fellas, we brake cleaned the hell out of this side. I had one lightly stuck injector I was able to free up. The plan was to brake clean all the schmoo down to the base of the head here, where it'll either go to the pan and we'll get it when we change the oil, or I'll get it here with this rag just to try to get as much. Yeah, look at it, it's gross. This is by far the worst engine I've ever dealt with, and I want to give it its best chance at coming back to life. That's like 4 cans of brake clean. Luckily, it's just dust, and the dust adhered to all the oil, it appears, and preserved like the springs, so there's no rust on anything from moisture, actually. I mean, just a little bit on the top of the Jake brake heads here, but I'm very impressed after having spritzed this all down. All right, that looks better. This injector was sticky up here. I just tapped on it and it came back to life. So now this rack is buttery smooth, actually. Very impressed. We will see what we get. I'm waiting on, I took one of the bolts out here so we could find one. We got to get one rack pin and 4 bolts for the other side, and then we can button this up and move on, see if we got power in the cab, see what it's gonna take to make it run. We're gonna give it a big spritz everywhere and hope for the best, because that's all we can really do. Lube absolutely everything that pivots. I did look, this is the original engine, which is quite surprising for these. These are the Nielsen trucks, and they came out of California. They hauled lettuce, and he had a fleet of them, and they were pretty notorious by the time they got sold off. None of them were really complete or the way they came. A lot of them got recabbed. They were pretty well busted up. There was some nice ones. They all went to New Zealand. This one's, it's very haggard on the inside. We'll go in there and look at that when we put the cab down, but it's actually shockingly original. I'm super excited to see that it was the original engine. All right, so I got the rack set back in there. We're gonna try not to drop these bolts down in the oil pan. I'm not making any guarantees. There's one. That's what we're looking for. All right, that's 2 racks installed and free. Try to keep on some flash rusting, you know. But honestly, the dirt and the mud did a great job at preserving what was here. Yeah, like the dust and the oil, you know how it like mixed and made that schmoo? It like kept the rust at bay for the most part. I mean, there's a little bit of moisture up here. Oh. Oh, stupid Freightliners. Let's put the cab back down, but we definitely have to check the coolant. Looks like the upper radiator hoses are off of it. At least the hose clamps are loose. Doesn't give me a great feeling. So in here is your high-speed spring and your low-speed spring. You ain't nothing but a hound dog. And oil. So that little Allen key sticking out of there, I believe it's 1/8, is what we need to loosen. So you're watching me here unscrew this, and I'm editing. It's like 4 weeks since I was actually there doing this work, and I can tell you that I unscrew that exactly 12 turns. Count them. Why I still know that, I'm sure I don't know. That should have relieved all the tension on that. Yeah, which it did. Now our rack is floppy, and you see that should, so this just needs a little.
Give it a little tappy. Tap, tap, tap-a-roo.
See that? That's what we're looking for. It just, that's how it's supposed to work.
So what are we missing?
Coolant. It's bone dry. And I'm talking about 0 coolant or thoughts of coolant or anything like that. There's just nothing in there. Water. Your boy's got the pin. Why don't we get a battery in it and see if there's anything works on the dash, whether or not the starter even turns this thing. Let's go there. Brad! Freaking pumped, dude. This thing's gonna scream. Place your bets in the comments whether you think we can get it running. For the next portion of the evening, we will volt ohm meter here. Put it on the noisemaker edition thing. That's what you want. I've already cleaned our connections here. What we're trying to do is figure out which of these goes to the starter and which side of the starter they go to, and which go to the series parallel. Boy, that was luck of the draw, eh? First one I touched, I got it right.
Oh yeah.
That is not usually how that goes, fellas. So that was, this one goes to the top post. You guys remember this, right? Write it down. So that when I inevitably arc out these batteries, you can blame it on Parker. Where do you think this one goes?
Hell.
Hell, oh yeah. Well, that's where we're going. Dude, 2 for 2? This is not real life, dude. I swear to God, I didn't do this off camera. I swear to God. Means one of these goes to the positive end of the starter and one goes to the negative. Let's see if we can get a good... Oh yeah. 3 for 3, dude. That never happens. Now, let's see if I can do this right. So, it's got to come out of... Actually, one of those should technically be ground right now, I think. One of them is technically ground. What do you think the chances are we're gonna get any power anywhere? Maybe, just maybe. Dang it. This one was over here, right?
Yeah.
Not great, dude. I'm getting nothing. Let me get another battery on it. Let's just try to... There's either a shut off or the ignition switch is boogered. Remember you were asking me those questions about what could possibly be wrong with electrical?
Yeah.
Here's your answer. Everything. Is there power to the starter? Let's start here, I guess. We'll just work our way forward. So this should be ground log. That should be hot. 12.65. So, where does this go? Because this should be, goes into some harness right there. That should be cab power. Man, it's like there's nothing. Which is exactly why the dash is down and all apart. Guaranteed. Pull that thing, would you?
What are we doing, Muffin?
Chicken nuggy.
What are you building?
I need a shaker bailout.
Shaker bailout?
Yep.
Why is that?
I got absolutely no power inside the dash. Like nothing, dude. I got 12 volts to the starter, and then it's like it just disappears into Never Never Land. Where does the power come into one of these pieces?
On the passenger side, right by the floorboard, there should be, all your wires should come up and go to the dash. And on that passenger side, there should be like a whole distribution block.
Yes.
Up under the dash.
All right, fellas, we are back here Working on this 75 Freightliner. Where we left yesterday, I got the racks bolted back onto the engine. We put the valve covers back on. We got a tornado last night with a bunch of hail, and it like just missed this place by like a mile within an hour of us leaving last night. So that's pretty cool. We didn't leave because we left because they closed their business for the day and we got kicked out. So we're continuing to chase our power issue. Uncle Wayno has decided that the series parallel switch was not making contact on the negative side. So I took the cover off of it and I've released its electronical guts inside, and it's got the smell. I don't know, maybe you remember from my genset video where that smell comes from. But it comes from letting the magic smoke out of stuff. That's what we're looking for.
What was the contact?
That's melted right off. This is a problem here. See, that wire is supposed to be, that's supposed to be soldered onto that, which is, that right there is why we don't have ground continuity. That's the smoking gun right there, son. This thing just melted, dude. Well, our buddy Billy brought us a series parallel from Parker's stash. So, we don't know it's good. We're hoping it's good. Something tells me we're gonna find out. We have connectivity though to ground, which I just checked, which we weren't getting before, so Uncle Wayno's suspicions were correct. One of these should be hot right now. I think it's this one. I don't know. Fucking don't know. Bingo. And then the other one, this one, should go to the starter solenoid. So this is output to starter solenoid, if you get my drift. You know, when you push the button in there, it jumps this set of contacts in here and also sends a signal to the starter solenoid to do its thing.
That still works.
It's almost like I know what I'm doing. Almost. I love it.
Uh-oh.
Can you hear that? What we're listening for is a click down here on the engine. You're not gonna be able to see anything with the camera.
Starter solenoid clicking.
No, it's the shutdown solenoid on the top of the governor is what I'm hitting. Ah! Sick. All right, so we gotta tighten the terminals on the batteries now, and then we can hit the starter and see if it does anything. You know what I'm saying? Like if it cranks, because there's still, the other side of that series parallel may not work. We don't know that yet. The contacts could be dirty. There you go. All the schmoo. We're gonna give her a little clean up here. Doesn't look great in there, but we can save it. We got that old girl's cleaned up as best as I can get it. We are jamming her back together because I am way past ready to hear this thing run. Just like that, baby. Very cool. All right. We got cab in the air, which is wonderful now. These batteries are right in the way of the... All right. All right. Oh, I got a nice free rack now.
Yeah.
Crank it again.
Okay.
All right. What is that sound? Go ahead and crank it again. I can't figure out that noise is, and I'd like to be able to hear it a little better.
Ready?
Yep. All right. It's the starter. It's the starter coming in and out, I think.
Okay.
I think that's.
Those batteries are low.
I think that's what it is. I think it's just it acts like it's kind of trying to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I didn't feel anything up top. I thought it was initially up top, but
Yeah. There was no pattern to it. It was like very random.
yeah, it seems very random. It's not rotational. You want to do that one more time for me? I just want to verify.
Ready?
Yep. Yeah. Yep. That's what it is.
The starter coming off.
Yeah. So we just need batteries.
Voltage.
Yeah.
Oh, there it goes.
All right.
Promising.
Yeah, it's the worst sound in the world.
Lots of exhaust leaks.
Crank it. Yep. I think we're gonna need to spritz it. I'm wondering if, yeah, it's kind of what it's acting like. You know, all the fuel's out of the injectors now. We really needed ether to kind of get it to hit right away. You know. Well, we are gonna do the old fuel system shuffle. Hang on. Crank it. Got any oil pressure?
It's not showing any on the gauge.
No.
No.
It's got oil though.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to tap on the gauge. There's oil here on the top end. Boy, that dialed right to life. Good. I gotta have a dead one on this bank or something. There it is. Did you hear it come back?
Yeah. What did you do?
Nothing. I think it had air in it. That was probably the new injector and hadn't filled the body completely yet. I ain't mad at the thing. What's it got for oil pressure?
Over 20. 25.
Boy, I'd like to see more than that. What do you think the chances are it's charging? Is it charging? No. It should be making 13 Should be. I mean, it's 75, not 1955, so it ought to have a alternator on it. Barely works. Here, hold this. It actually feels nice. It's like super nice and oily. I ain't worried about it. So much it takes for water or whatever and go from there, and then maybe we can, once I know there's water in it, we'll go ahead and run it and get it warm and see what we have for air pressure, air leaks, and the reason the oil's not been checked is because you can't check the friggin' oil. I hear an air leak. It's a very positive sound. Fix an air leak.
Seriously?
Yeah.
So you just have to ride under there.
Yeah. Someone's just gonna ride there and hold that. Dude, I don't understand. I've never seen one stuck like that. This is your dipstick tube here. And not supposed to be loose in there. So I'm thinking that's part of our problem. Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah, got it.
There we go.
It's just rusted up here.
Oh yeah.
And the rest of the way.
Yeah.
Holy.
Pretty good.
Show them that.
It's gonna need to be cleaned a lot, and it's very low on oil.
Is it?
Look at this.
That explains
Got
oil
no
pressure.
oil on the stick.
This is like an actual definition of schmoo.
Oh yeah, make sure you get good footage of that water going in there. People want to see that. All right, I got this hose out of here. We're gonna try some hood rat stuff. This is the hose that was just hanging out there, but I think there should be more water coming out of it right now. I'm not really sure what the deal is there. It sounds like it's up there in the radiator. Well, the good news is that hose ain't blocked.
You want me to pour a little water in the radiator?
Ugh.
Pour it out of there?
Shmoo. All right, folks, it occurred to me, wasn't really making a lot of sense. Here's what's going on. I don't think it has any water in it. I think that is the feed. That right there that's just dripping is the feed. And that would come down and fill where it goes into this lower radiator hose here where it broke off. And it fills from the bottom up. And that's how you get the air out, is through that, because you can't fill from the top because the thermostats are in here and they're blocking flow. So you can't do that. So I'm positive that it doesn't have water in it right now. At least it only has water in it to that lower elbow level. If it had more water in it, it would be spilling out of there, and it isn't. And then the problem with this hose is worse than I suspected. It actually broke the top of that off. So I'm gonna try to dig that piece out of there, and I think there's enough left I can get it on there. All right, so I scrounged up this S piece of hose. I can fit it over top of that. So let me show you here. How that lower hose works is it has a bung in it, welded into it like this, and our fitting rotted off because it wasn't brass, it was steel. And that's what's caught in the bottom of that hose that I can't get out, and I can't get the threaded part out of here. So what we're gonna do is use this hose to stretch a little bit more to go over top of the bung. Lord willing, it clamp holds it there. And then we're gonna use this joint to go to that fancy silicone hose I pulled out of the scrapyard. I've got that hose on there. The problem we have now is I think that's plugged. So we're gonna try to blow air back through it.
Safety always off.
Oh, there's nothing coming out of it. Not real sure what to make of that. All right, let's cut the silicone hose to length and get that installed. And that should just go like that. So all I need is one more hose clamp, and I think we're good. Is it running out? Or is it trickling? Good, perfect. All right, that's enough of that. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for this first part of our V12 Freightliner revival. This video got away from me. It got super long, as you could see. Everything wanted to fight. So tune in next week. Make sure you subscribe if you're not already, so that you can see us try to drive this thing home. The goal is to be able to drive this from the place where it's at to Parker's storage unit. Make sure you stay tuned for the next episode. Pop on over to old2stroker.com and get yourself something nice. And huge shout out to you patrons. I greatly appreciate all your support, and we will see you guys next week for the conclusion of this video. Thanks for watching.